Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the 107 podcast. And at the risk of potentially losing any partnership we have with Riverside, we are back recording normally, thank God. So hopefully this audio will come to you with a very crisp and deep sounding voices from myself and my co-host Ash. Hello.
Hello, and not overlaid with each other, and looks like we're just a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Gee, look like fucking bunch of amateurs here.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully that won't be the case this week. But yes, and that I guess leads us into obviously you talking about America's Formula One team principal Gunther, which is arguably the least American name I've heard in a while. But we are obviously at COTA this week, home of the MoneyGram Haas F1 team. And yes, I'm calling the MoneyGram Haas F1 team because that's their official name and that's what they pay the big bucks for. But yes, so we are back in the US of A, and thank God we're not at Miami, right?
Did you know that we actually have 5 races in the next 6 weeks?
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
That is mental. I was looking at the calendar, and there's like 1 week off, and it's just race after race after race. It's just a really packed end of the calendar.
Yeah, it's a big like final push, isn't it?
Yeah, because you've got 2 American races, Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi, and 5 races.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You'd think that there would be like a 2-week break in between, but apparently not.
Yeah,
But
I guess apart from Abu Dhabi being the other side,
yes,
all the races
well,
are in the Americas, so it's
true.
a little bit of a silver lining.
Yeah, there is that. But I think one thing for me is that does only mean that we're like 6 weeks away from just nothing.
I know it's going to be
It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. We're going to have to actually come up with content for this podcast.
Oh my God.
Imagine that.
Know.
I think we're going to have to start planning it, right? We're going to I fully understand, listeners, if you're listening to this still, you came here for a US Grand Prix preview, but let's talk podcast anyway. But so we're going to have to actually plan out topics and stuff like that.
Well, here's a preview. The US Grand Prix is the best. Right, podcasting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, we're actually going to have to plan out like what on earth we're going to do.
Well,
I think
we there's stuff we can do. We were talking about the fun episodes, like who do you reckon would like survive a zombie outbreak?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I wanted to do, and at the risk of the idea being stolen, I wanted to do a big fat quiz of the year type thing where we would team up with another podcast. We would come up with like 20.
You're not allowed to have Terry. You are not allowed to have Terry.
No. So like we would team up and then we would potentially like go up against the I Give It F1 ladies. And so we would say to them, look, 20 questions, anything you want to do with F1, like 5 to 10 easy ones, 5 to 10 hard ones, and then a couple of medium like difficulty ones. We write 20 for them, they write 20 for us, and then we see who comes out on top. I haven't run this past them. It was just an example off the top of my head, but it would be really cool to do that with someone else and challenge someone else.
I think you're talking about us. So yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Or obviously we could do it, the two of us. We could have like I come up with 10 questions, you come up with 10 questions, and we see who comes out on top as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we just have time.
Yeah, because we've got like 2 months. But yeah, so I mean, if any other podcast hosts are listening to this, any F1 podcast hosts, of course, and want to take us up on that challenge, do let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or whatever, and we can get that sorted. Because that would fill 2 weeks worth of content.
I'm sure we can get some. We do have a cool guest coming.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully,
and I'm sure we can get some more guests on. From the gram. Always good to look back at previous seasons, previous races, big what ifs. So yeah, it'll be cool.
I think
I'm also planning another watch party in the next few weeks.
You are, yes. You're back for which watch party again, was it?
I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick. It might be Vegas. So the reason why, it's a 6 a.m. one, but you kind of get tickets for it. All the other watch parties sell out very quickly.
Sell out immediately, yeah. But wouldn't you like to not wake up at the crack of dawn?
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Each to their own, yeah.
Each to their own. But yeah, we'll find something to fill the void.
Yeah, exactly. I think we said like season reviews and stuff like that. We would like do like what ifs.
Book reviews.
Book reviews, yeah. I have that actually might give me some motivation to finish off the Kevin Magnuson book, which he released last year, earlier this year, whenever it was. I can't remember. It's been a while actually, but it was one of the things I was using to help myself learn Danish. Which Kevin Magnuson himself was literally not impressed with in any way, shape, or form. But it was one of the things I was using to learn Danish. So maybe I should pick that up again.
Thick Rick.
Thick Rick. I've actually been reading it. I bought the physical copy. I think you saw on the Instagram, right?
Yeah. I haven't read the Kindle version. I should.
So I've been taking photos of like my favorite quotes, and then I'm just gonna bring those up at points. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think I've just got to the bit where they're just about to spend the night together for the first time. That's where I'm up to. So for all of you Thick Rick fans out there,
the innuendos are fucking genius.
The innuendos are brilliant.
I know a fucking brilliant one because it's like all over Formula One pickup lines.
Formula One pickup lines, yeah, that would be very good. I think I have. So, like I said, I've been taking photos. I think I might even be able to like pull up one or two. Like, oh yeah, here it was, a neck haiku. This is just a haiku about Daniel Ricciardo's neck. You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Strength in Daniel's nape, sculpted firm like hero's cape. Sexy form takes shape. There you go. That's it. It's just it's just a stupid haiku, and I was like, "Yep, that's absolutely perfect."
Do you want to hear a Formula One pickup line?
Yeah, go for it. Oh no! Oh no!
I can't say it. You must be a Red Bull because I want to grab you by the horns.
Jesus Christ! I mean, it works.
There's all the standard ones, like you can change my super softs to hards in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, those are like more boring ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pit in your box.
Jesus.
Hey baby, I want to go purple on your Delta.
Oh, that's pretty good. I quite like that one. Here's another quote. I have another quote for you. Their conversation flowed as smoothly as an Adrian Newey designed car in the wind tunnel, moving from racing to more personal topics. I thought that was pretty good. I quite like that one. Anyway, should we actually talk about the Grand Prix? We've been chatting now for 8 minutes.
Yes, let's talk about the Grand Prix. Actually, can we? No, we'll talk about it after the Grand Prix. Yeah, COTA, I like the circuit. I like the atmosphere.
I love it.
The Americans bring it. The drivers seem to have a little bit more fun there as well. And Daniel Ricciardo is back.
He is, although I did hear a slightly worrying thing that apparently he's been struggling with race distances because of the pain, like the physical pain in the simulators. Or at least that was as of the last race in Qatar. So obviously it's been, or by the time they go racing, it would have been just about a week and a half since then. So hopefully, time is on Daniel's side, hopefully. And hopefully, it will be a little bit better, but we'll wait and see. I think that they've still got Liam Lawson in the wings waiting just in case, but I think
he is at COTA.
Exactly. So I think he's still around, absolute worst case. Should they need someone to hop in the car for like a last minute thing in case Daniel for some reason decides that he can't do the full race for some reason. So yeah,
I mean he's got the practice sessions, so he should be able to make a better judgment. But I think he'll be racing on Sunday.
Yeah, I think what they'll probably do is they'll put him on a long stint for FP1 and then they'll just go from there. But I would like to remind you that it's a sprint weekend.
Is it?
It is. So weekend. A lot of people completely forgot that it was a sprint weekend this weekend.
Yeah, I forgot as well.
So for European times, the sprint Saturday night is from 12 until 1 a.m.
Well, what the... Oh, fuck. Well, at least it's Saturday night.
Yeah, true.
And not like still Sunday night.
But I mean the sprint shootout is at like 7:30. Qualifying is from 11 till 12. So I mean like it's not terrible, but there is only one practice session. So that's what reminded me.
What time is the race on Sunday?
The race for you is 8 o'clock. For me, 9 o'clock.
That's cool.
So, which is, I don't think we've had a sprint race at COTA yet, have we?
Nope.
So this should be quite interesting. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But with the sprint, obviously comes more opportunity for different people to score points. Potentially two different potentially race winners again this weekend. I did actually see a tweet as well, and my Papaya boys, are predicted currently due to sim data to be the second fastest team as well. Which so hopefully fingers crossed another podium for McLaren.
I think you're forgetting. I think you're forgetting about the MoneyGram Red Bull.
I am forgetting about the MoneyGram Red Bull. Yes, that is a very good point. So
sprint car or sprint cars.
Yes, but they're changing the car for so like it's the whole weekend. It's changed. They're not just bringing a different car for sprint, a different car for the Grand Prix.
But they were doing well in the sprint, and now they're going to have a faster car, hopefully. So they're going to absolutely ace it in the sprint.
Yeah, I really do want to see this car perform well. Like I said to you before, I have a soft spot for Haas for many different reasons. So I really hope that their car does better than expected. But they're not the only team bringing upgrades. I think that they obviously have the biggest upgrades in terms of like the Qatar race. But Mercedes are apparently bringing a big upgrade, which will help them transition to next year's car as well. They're bringing apparently a whole new floor. And I think there's some circuit-specific upgrades for different teams as well. But the worrying thing that I saw, the worrying thing that I saw is pre-upgrades. Aston Martin had the second slowest pace, which isn't great considering where they were, and it just does feel like Aston Martin and McLaren have sort of swapped places, which is very odd, like really, really odd.
So hold on, you're saying Aston Martin are going to be the second slowest car at COTA?
According to sim data, the Aston Martin is the second slowest car, or will be the second slowest team pre-upgrades, based on previous data. Yeah, so these updates could obviously change things, but Haas were bottom. So if the Haas upgrades go better than the Aston Martin upgrades, Aston Martin could be bottom.
Oh, God.
Because the Williams was apparently pretty good, and the AlphaTauris were apparently pretty good based on sim data. So I don't quite know what to make of that. We'll have to wait and see. We could even, you never know. We could even see his first points of Formula One. We could even see Logan Sargent getting in the points. I doubt it, but we could.
Do you know who I thought you were going to say?
Lance Stroll. No, Lance Stroll already has many points. He is carrying his team to victory.
He's had no points since the summer break.
Has he really? Oh, God.
So, yeah.
I did see, I don't know if you saw, but that McLaren have outscored Red Bull in the last few races.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which is wild. Like, that's insane.
Drivers. And yeah, Sergio just not performing.
Yeah, I mean, we really aren't talking about the track itself and how amazing that's going to be, etc., etc. But I do actually want to touch on that. The rumor about Sergio Perez. Have you had that late one, the latest
one? The one where he's been given the ultimatum that he needs to get P2 in the championship, or he's
What do you think about that?
I think he's gone regardless. The reason why I say that is because I think, look, right now, Max can win the constructors by himself.
He pretty much will, yeah.
I think McLaren's big jump, Mercedes will jump. Who knows what's going to happen with the other teams, Aston Martin. But I think next year, Red Bull are worried that it doesn't matter how well Max does. If McLaren are 2 and 3 all the time, they're going to lose the constructors.
Yeah, I think
Sergio underperforming, they're like, it's the money we would lose from not being top in the constructors is way more than we would lose from getting him out of his contract and bringing someone else in. So
I have 2 points with that. I think that Red Bull management have gone, oh my God, McLaren have come from nowhere. And within start of next season, if they come out of the gates running, they could push us. They could push us for race wins. which is brilliant for me. But not so good
for the sport.
Yeah, brilliant for the sport. But not so good if you obviously are a Red Bull fan or a Max fan or whatever, or if you're anywhere near the Red Bull hierarchy. And I think the Red Bull hierarchy have gone, look, it doesn't matter. Their team has so many sponsorships. I believe that the sponsorships pay for almost all of the team. I remember seeing that quote maybe around the beginning of the season.
You know why they have sponsors, right?
Well, because they keep winning.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
and if you start then not winning,
exactly. So that's my point. I think that they need to keep those sponsors, and I think that although Sergio brings in a hell of a lot of money, do you know what also brings in a hell of a lot of money? Winning. Winning brings in a hell of a lot of money, and so I think that they will have to balance the two. Plus, whoever they bring in to replace him, Daniel Ricciardo, will be able to also bring sponsors. Or Fernando. Oh, geez, yeah, just bring in Fernando.
I know it's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream, but I would love it.
I would pay a lot of money. A lot of money.
Like as a Fernando fan, Max would beat him. I think Max would beat him.
Oh, Max would beat him easily.
I think he'll get a few race wins in. And
yeah,
just finish with a few race wins, and I think he'll be happy.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah. But who knows? I don't think it's going to happen. I think Daniel Ricciardo is obviously the solid choice. I think they could gamble potentially on Yuki Tsunoda, but I don't think that they see as much potential in Yuki as they maybe want to see. And also with the Honda deal not being a deal and Honda now backing Aston Martin as of 2025, 26 or whatever it is, I think they're maybe trying to think, right, okay, what is the future other than Yuki Tsunoda? And they're looking probably at Liam Lawson or any other rookie drivers in F2 and so on. But yeah, again, we really aren't talking about the race this weekend, are we? Especially because there
isn't actually much to talk about the race. We've got a sprint race. It's COTA. It's a good track. Oh, what's the weather going to be like? Let's check the weather.
Yeah, I'll let you check the weather, and I will remind everyone, if you have a spare 5 minutes, go and watch the Charles Leclerc Top Gun lap from last year, because that will give you chills. If you haven't seen it before, or if you want to watch it again, go and watch it, because it is absolutely amazing. And then what do you think? What's weather? How is it weathering?
It's going to rain.
When?
Monday.
Ah, well, that's good.
It's hot, mate. Highs of 35 and 31.
It's Texas. It's going to be hot.
I don't know what that is in American speak. 35 in K. That's.
Can I guess?
Okay, all right. I guess 35.
86 Fahrenheit.
It reversed it. 30. Let's do 35C.
35C to Fahrenheit, 86.
308.
Do you know how to Fahrenheit? By the way, my hands are nowhere near the keyboard. I'm not googling this.
No, I'm googling it.
Oh, how do you know how to Google?
I typed in 35C in Kelvin.
It's Fahrenheit, not Kelvin.
Oh shit! All right, what did you say?
I said 86 Fahrenheit.
95.
95. Okay, right. So it's going to be 95 Fahrenheit. There we go. Jesus Christ. We're not going to throw to you in the weather corner again anytime soon.
I think you should. It'd make it more exciting.
Yeah. And it's going to be 8 Kelvin.
60.
Jesus. Right.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's continue with Red Bull. What do you make of the rumors that Christian Horner is trying to oust Helmut Marko?
Yeah, this is a really odd rumor, right?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It doesn't seem particularly like him. That doesn't sound like Christian to me.
The only thing I can think is, if it's true, is that Christian wants greater control of the Formula One operations.
Yeah.
And wants to move away from the team principal role.
Yeah.
And just have greater oversight on all of Red Bull's Formula One, maybe even the motorsport division.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he's like, I've done the team principal thing now for quite a while. Wants to try something different.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only viable way. But I think he quite enjoys being team principal. So
no, I think he loves it. But maybe he's just trying to set something up for the future.
I don't know. Maybe
He's playing the Game of Thrones.
Maybe he wants to do more of a you know what? Oh God, who was the old team principal of McLaren who left to then Stella? No, Stella's the current one.
Stella's he's the team principal.
Yeah, but who's the old one? Seidel.
Martin Whitmarsh, Andreas Seidel.
Seidel, Andreas Seidel. What he's doing at Audi, maybe he wants that sort of role where you still have a lot of team input, but you're not quite team principal, but you maybe are a bit.
That's what I mean. Just oversee everything. Like
who knows?
Oversee.
I've got absolutely no idea. I don't know Christian's motivations. I've got no idea whatsoever. But it just doesn't sound right to me, you know? I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know.
We will have to wait and see exactly what goes on with that. But again, we're talking about anything. The episode title would be we talk about anything but Austin.
Okay, let's talk Austin.
No, because I have another topic. My other topic was that I saw it, I think it was Planet F1 or something like that. And they said that are McLaren going to go the way of the old Red Bull? Meaning, are we going to have a similar situation at McLaren as we did with young Max Verstappen coming in and almost dethroning Daniel Ricciardo as the old veteran of the team? As in Oscar Piastri's coming in and going to disrupt Lando Norris as the veteran of the team and upset and potentially cause some sort of rift or trouble or force Lando out of the team. Do you see that potentially happening at McLaren, maybe, potentially?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. I think you're right. I think it could happen. If it's not managed properly.
Yeah, and if you give them a race-winning car, it's going to happen.
That's the thing. I think once it's a race-winning car, not a sprint race-winning car. Once it's a race-winning car, I feel like that's when, especially if trust me, I know that Oscar has that race win in front of Lando. I know, but it's a sprint race and it's not a proper race. If that makes sense, it's a proper race, but it's not a proper race. It's not a Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri is not a Grand Prix winner. That's the difference. And so I think if Oscar wins a Grand Prix before Lando, especially if he wins more than one, that's when the issue will really, really kick off. But we'll have to wait and see. I still think that Lando is better currently than Oscar, but I don't think it will take that long. Oscar's still in his rookie season, remember. I don't think it will take that long for the tides to turn unless Lando pulls something out of the bag at the start of next season. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the car will come. Every single season recently, McLaren come out with a tractor, and then by the end of the year, they're pushing for podiums. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe the exact same will happen again next year. I doubt it, but let's see. But hopefully that won't be the case. But it could happen. It could very well happen. But I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I think it will happen. If it's a race-winning car, they are going to come to blows. They are going to, because Oscar will have a seasons of experience under his belt, and yeah, I just think they're lucky right now where they don't really have to do it because they're fighting for like second and third.
Yeah,
but they are gonna clash, and you've seen it before with Nico and Lewis, Max and Daniel, Fernando and Lewis. Like when there's a race-winning car, and there's two top drivers. There will be fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it even in Qatar when Lando was like, "I've got better race pace. Let me pass. Like we're not that far behind Red Bull. Let me go." And the team told him no. So, but I do feel like that was Lando's fault because he qualified so badly in the actual quali. That was his fault. If Lando had started ahead of Oscar and then something had happened or whatever, and Lando had dropped behind Oscar, then I think they would have let him through.
Yeah, so I think it will happen. It all depends on the car.
Let's wait and see. Let's see exactly what happens. But fingers crossed it doesn't, and fingers crossed they start winning races next year. Let's wait and see. Should we talk about Austin? Jesus Christ. We've been
Okay, what would you like to
25
talk
minutes
about?
and we spent like a minute on Austin. The racetrack is very nice. Yep, that's all I have. Should we do predictions? We need to do predictions.
Oh yeah, actually, I would say you mentioned the Charles Leclerc Top Gun thing.
Yes.
There's a better one with M83 and Outro. I think that's better. So watch them both, and
Okay. Yep.
we'll see which one people prefer.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So predictions, podium predictions.
Podium predictions. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Other than Max. Yeah. So Max first. Max P1.
Lando
Okay.
and Lewis.
Max, Lando, Lewis. Okay. I'm gonna go something slightly different. I'm going for Max, Oscar, Sainz.
Signs.
That's what I'm going
That's
for.
interesting.
I don't know
Okay.
why. I just feel like the smooth operator will come out to play in Austin. I don't know why. I just have a funny feeling. I just have a feeling.
Spicy.
I don't know. I have a funny feeling we'll see a Ferrari podium.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
No idea. And I'm going to ask you one more question as well for predictions. We've been recording now for 26 and a half minutes. Let's try and aim to end for half an hour. That's a nice length. Do you think Logan Sargent will score points this weekend?
No.
I'm going to go with no as well, but it was fun to ask.
Sorry, Logan.
Sorry, Logan. We'll have to wait and see. Do you think Alex?
Maybe in Vegas.
Alex, maybe.
But I think maybe in Vegas he could.
Oh, yeah, maybe in Vegas he could. What about Alex? Do you think Alex will score points this weekend?
Yes, I think Alex will score
Okay,
points.
you're thinking Alex. Okay, cool. And then my other question, which we will then probably start closing out the podcast on, is I've completely forgotten it. My God. I promise you this isn't a way of me trying to like stretch out the recording or anything like that. My other question was, oh God, I'm trying to rack my brain. Oh my God. My brain no work good. What have I done? What was my question? Oh, do we think that Daniel Ricciardo will score points on his return?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm thinking
I don't
no.
think he will.
I'm
I
thinking
don't think
no
he will.
as well.
I think, yeah.
I don't think it will happen.
Yeah. Okay, do you think he will beat Yuki?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I think it will take
I
a
think-
week for him to get back into the saddle type thing.
Yeah, I think I think it'll take a race.
Doesn't
to get it
Daniel
up.
typically do very well in Brazil? Or have I made that up?
I don't know. Not really
I think I've made that up.
heard. Overseen.
I may have just made that up. I don't know.
Max does really well in Brazil.
Yeah, Max and Mercedes do very well in Brazil. So that could be particularly interesting. What is the next race?
Mexico.
It's Mexico. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Fun fact. My girlfriend has booked the day off work to watch the Mexican Grand Prix purely because of the Mexican Grand Prix theme tune.
Oh, the American.
Yeah.
The American band.
Yeah.
Mariachi?
Yeah.
Mariachi?
Mariachi.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it mariachi?
That is.
I think so. Yeah.
I wouldn't have booked a day off for it.
Oh well, it's just not booked the day off, but she
Yeah,
said,
I know,
"Please don't
I
put me
know,
on
I
a
know.
shift this day," which is just
Yeah.
amazing. But it's such a vibe, isn't it? It just is a vibe.
It is a vibe. They should do that for every race.
I've said this before. I've said that
Yeah.
they should do local or like that country's like style of music. If there's a particular style of music, should do an intro. So can you imagine like a Moroccan Grand Prix and they have like Moroccan style music or something like that, or they have like
I think Brazil.
Brazil would be really
Drums.
cool. So I think they did one. Didn't Saudi Arabia do one? They had like the band or like national band or something or military band or something play as well. That was quite cool. I'd love to see Australia do it on the didgeridoo and the wobble board. That would be brilliant.
I think. Do you know what else they should do? Because I don't know why they stopped doing it, only did it for limited races, have the headwear. So in Texas they had the cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be super cool.
I think that some people seem to think that when you have the headwear on of like Saudi Arabia and like traditional Middle Eastern clothing, people seem to see it as like cultural appropriation, which is I think is very odd because apparently locals there love it when foreigners wear traditional clothing. So I don't see a problem with it. I am not from that area, so I may be talking shit. But as far as I'm aware, the locals like it. So
it won't work in every race. But also, do you remember when Argentina won the World Cup?
Yes.
But they put the robe on Messi, didn't they?
Yeah.
When he went. So
I found that a bit odd, but also fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, but you could do something like that.
Yeah, but they didn't do that to Max in Qatar, did they?
But I'm saying they could. It just adds that little bit of a individuality to the race.
Yeah, true. I still think I'm a bit of a nerd. I went back and I watched some of the old races, and the wreaths that they give them, like the wreaths of I don't know what it's like an olive branch or something or whatever it is. They should do that again, like for drivers.
Didn't they used to do it for the sprint race?
No, they did it once, didn't they? Because I have a distinct image in my head of Valtteri Bottas winning a sprint race and having one on.
I remember they did. Yeah, I don't know if they did it for all of them.
Hold on, let me Google this.
I'm Googling it as well. Yeah, because I remember Max wearing one.
Yeah, maybe they did because they did like the track interviews where they went around the track as well. They put them all on a truck and went, "Yeah, I found it. Yeah, it was in Brazil." They should do those wreaths again because I think they're very cool. They're very traditional. I love it.
They hark back to.
I love it. Yeah. It's so cool. They need to bring that back because it's just cool.
And then they did the medals.
The medals they still do. Oh no, they don't do the plaque, don't they? Yeah, and they do the medals in the Grand Prix, like the Grand Prix proper. But I love the wreaths. They're so cool. I've just found a picture of Max as well winning in the British Grand Prix. He's got one over his shoulders as well. I miss those. Bring those back. FIA, Liberty Media, whoever it is, bring those back.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because they're very, very cool. I'll start a petition. Bring them back because they're just cool.
Change.org.
Yeah, change.org. I mean, like if you look at our logo, we literally have one on the logo.
We do.
So I mean, bring it back.
Make it purple.
Make it purple. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm all for it. Please bring it back because that was very, very cool. But I think that's enough of talking about not the Austin Grand Prix. Hopefully it's a good race this weekend. Do you have anything else that you would like to add? Yeah, anything else?
Nah, I think that's it. I think Charles and Carlos have custom helmets for the USGP.
So does Joe Guan Yu. So does Lando because it's his 100th Grand Prix.
Charles has like a football field, and Carlos has the American flag or Texas flag or something like that.
Oh yeah, the flag of Texas. Yeah,
flag of Texas. Yeah,
Texan flag. I don't know.
Oh wait, hold on. There's something for us to talk about. Formula One Academy.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, Formula One Academy. Brilliant. Oh yeah.
Yes. Their races now will match up with Formula One race weekends.
Yes, absolutely brilliant. So if you buy a ticket to any one of the race weekends, you get to watch the F1 Academy as well as part of the ticket. Brilliant. And apparently it's going to be on F1 TV.
That's what I was going to say. Hopefully you'll push for it to be on...
I believe it's on Sky.
It has to be on Sky. Like we don't get F1 TV here in the UK, so
I'm 99% sure it is.
So there's no way for us to watch it, and then what's the point of like putting them on at the same weekend if you're not?
Yeah, true. No, like I said, I'm 99% sure. Yeah. I've also just realised that Russell will have his 100th Grand Prix start in Brazil.
Well, yeah, it's Russell, Lando. Oh, sorry. So US is Lando and Charles.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Russell's Brazil.
Yep. Oh, the babies are growing up. I say babies, we're the same age. And I consider myself an old man.
You are a baby.
No, I'm an old man.
You're a big baby.
My back's starting to
I'm
hurt
the old
now.
man. I'm the odd man. I'm the Fernando Alonso.
You're the Fernando Alonso. Yeah, so I'm just double checking as well. So the F1 Academy calendar, they will be racing in Saudi Arabia, Miami, Spain, the Netherlands, Singapore, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi next year. So there are 7 race weekends total.
Nice. I like it.
And obviously we did chat about F1 Academy in a previous podcast as well. So go ahead and check that out if you're still listening. 35 minutes in. But in a bit of breaking, record breaking / first time ever, McLaren have also added Bianca Bustamante. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
They have, yes.
To their driver development program, and she will represent McLaren for F1 Academy next year. So she is the first driver signed by F1 Academy's teams next year. I'm sure that pretty much all of the F1 Academy current drivers will be, will be on the grid. But what I mean is, it's the first team that said, this is one of our drivers. This is our driver for next year, which is brilliant.
They did a lot of marketing around that, which was good.
Yeah, a ton of marketing as well, which is amazing to see. And who knows, maybe she will also be able to do some testing and maybe even get a shot in an F1 car. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. She's only 8. I didn't know she's 18 years old.
Wow.
I thought all of these F1 Academy drivers were in their early to mid 20s. I presumed anyway, and obviously I was wrong. But she's only 18, so who knows? Maybe in a few years' time she gets a shot in an F1 car. You never know.
You never know.
We could be seeing the first woman to represent represent women in Formula One in years, since Susie Wolff did a testing. Or free practice? Was
Susie Wolff a free practice session?
But you get what I mean. The first woman in a competitive / free practice session, proper, not just a test thing.
Yep.
You get what I mean. We could be seeing history being made, which is very, very cool. So yeah, and I think it's also it's really nice to see the fact as well that she's a little bit of a McLaren fangirl as well, which is quite nice. So I think she's very happy with
dream come true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she is quite literally living the dream. So yeah, but like I said, we've talked too much about Austin now. I've had too much Austin. Let's end the podcast. Let's sort this out. Let's leave it there, shall we?
Yeah.
Why don't you take us away? You take us away. Give us a Texan. Take us away.
I don't know. I'm very bad at it. I'm very bad at accents.
I don't know what a Texan take us away is, by the way. I've got no idea.
I don't know. I'm very bad at accents. So,
no.
But Friday there is qualifying. Saturday there is sprint.
Yeah.
And Sunday there's a race. So we're going to have lots to talk about next week.
We should. Yes, and
weekend.
hopefully lots of me. Do you know what we've done again? We've forgotten to ask people to rate the podcast and subscribe and all that fun stuff again until the last minute. Good job, us.
Yep.
Good job, us.
Right. But we'll have memes.
We will have memes. Yeah, come and check us out on Instagram, or if you've come from Instagram, hello. But also, if you are listening as well, be sure to check the timings for this weekend. Make sure that you are ready with your race popcorn or whatever snacks it is that you have while watching Formula One, M&Ms, Twizzlers, whatever. Make sure you are ready to watch when we have qualifying, sprint Saturday, and the race itself, of course. But yeah, I think that's about it from us. We should probably stop nattering on.
Yeah. See you all next week.
See you next week.